Please.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Of the March 16th meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Approval of claims. Anyone have any questions?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Dusty?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I think we need to do the cum cap, we need to do that ordinance, because it was advertised as the meeting starting at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, that's,
okay. No big deal. Let's,
I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter, but that's,
well, let's go ahead and do it.
and have you talked to the three of them about all this? I mean, what your take on it, I guess?
I talked to Baker Tilly this morning. It's their recommendation to go back to the maximum rate. We used to be at the maximum rate back in 2003. And then I guess from then on, it dropped. So this would be establishing it back to the maximum rate per the recommendation of Baker Tilly.
And that rate to the taxpayers.
With the figures that they kind of put out here would be an increase of less than 2 cents,
Yeah.
generate an estimated 100,000 property tax revenue.
At our last meeting, she broke that down for, basically it was $5 for every $100,000 of assessed value. If you have $1 million home, you're not gonna pay $50 more a year in tax,
That's moving.
minimal, at 0.033%.
And she provided a standard ordinance that they use. I'm fine with using their standard ordinance as well.
Okay, so I will read this. Proposed ordinance 4626-4. It's an ordinance reestablishing the cumulative capital development fund under Indiana Code 36-9-14.5. Be it ordained by Switzerland County Commissioners, Switzerland County, Indiana, that the need now exists for a reestablishment of the cumulative capital development fund for all uses as set out in Indiana Code 36-9-14.5. Be it further ordained that this board will adhere to the provisions of Indiana Code 36-9-14.5. The proposed fund will not exceed 0.0333 on each $100 of net assessed valuation, beginning with taxes due and payable in 2027 and thereafter, continuing until reduced or rescinded. Be it further ordained that proofs of publication of the public hearing held on the 6th day of April 2026 and a certified copy of this ordinance shall be submitted to the Department of Local Government Finance of the state of Indiana as provided by law. The tax rate for this fund is subject to certification by the Department of Local Government Finance. Duly adopted by the following vote of the members of Switzerland County Commissioners this 6th day of April 2026. I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 4-6-26-4.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We need to do this one too, yeah, while we're doing these.
That's entirely up to you. If you wanna, G is here, Jamie is here. Because this is the one that Jamie Peters had asked for more explanation about.
Okay, this is a resolution for Lifetime Resources,
Right.
and they're represented here.
Yes. So I'm Erin Thomas. I'm the executive director of Lifetime. This is something that NDOT started requiring us to do. I think this is probably the third year doing it. essentially what it is we have to apply for an operating grant through NDOT. It's a Section 5311 grant on an annual basis. And they now are requiring the commissioners of every county that we serve to officially designate us as the recipient of those funds, basically because there can only be one Section 5311 provider. So it's something that we'll have to come back to you every single year. It doesn't, we've been providing service for years and years and years. Last year, I think we did a little over 1,800 trips in the county. And so this is just a formal resolution stating that we are the Section 5311 recipient that you designate.
Does every county have to?
Yes.
give you this?
Yeah, every county has to, we serve 6 counties, so we're going out to every single county and getting this signed. And we'll have to do it on an annual basis as well. I will say that form changed just a little bit from the prior years, only because we used to have a pass-through agency, which was Historic Hoosier Hills. Our grant would go through Historic Hoosier Hills and be filtered down to us. In 2026, they started allowing us to receive that directly. So now there's just no mention of Historic Hoosier Hills on there. We've always been the provider. We will continue to be the provider. We've always been in charge of all the daily operations and even the grant management and everything. They're just allowing us to do that directly now.
Gary, do we need to read this resolution?
Let's take a look at that.
We're gonna go to this while he.
Sure. Yep. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know.
Okay, thank you. Approval of claims. Questions, concerns?
Not from me.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We already did that.
I can say you
Yeah, we already did that anyway. So Dusty.
Sorry, I messed
Dusty.
you all up.
Okay, first thing I got is, we talked once already about the engineering for Bolger Tap. We talked about doing a design build for engineering. I do have a quote here for engineering. It's, I think it's not to exceed 19,200 maybe. I also had an estimate in that design build from another, engineering firm at 30 to 40,000. But this one here is quite a bit cheaper. We did shrink the scope of work a little bit. We found out that FEMA will only pay for 77 feet past the actual slip, so we shrunk our scope down just a little bit.
Do we get any lesser with this one? Considerably cheaper, so that's my first.
Yeah,
Do we
yeah,
get-
and we shrunk the size of work a little bit too. Cause our last one was 145 feet, I think, and it was roughly gonna be 30, 40,000 for engineering, and now we shrunk that down to 77 feet.
That doesn't hamper us in any way.
And so what we normally do is fix the whole bank where the slip occurred, even though some of it's not affecting the road base right now. But FEMA will only pay for the crack in the road. That's the only length they'll pay to get fixed. So that's why we shrunk that scope of work down. Because they'll only pay for 75% anyway. So 150, 200 feet, we're gonna have to pay for the rest of that project. And I don't have that right now to pay, so.
But once you've got the design work, but once you've got the design, even though we only bid the 77 feet, we could potentially go back. If we had the capability and do the balance
Oh,
of
yeah.
it ourselves.
Yep. we could, yep.
So you're comfortable with this?
Yeah, I think it's fine, yeah.
And that's total.
Yeah, that's a not to exceed more than that 19,000. It may not come up to that much, but they can't go over that.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
Garrett wants to see
Just
that.
wait a second, I'm scared, that was my next question.
I meant to do that. Okay, while he's doing that, I got spring cleanup on mine. I see you have it on the regular agenda too. We was thinking May 1st through the 3rd, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Town said they would try to pour away the same dates.
Seven
Those-
dumpsters.
Yeah, I think we did 6 last year. I think we planned to maybe do 8, but we actually only did 6. So you want to plan for 7?
No, that was a question.
Okay. And we looked up last year's bill, Jenny did. Scrap dumpster was a 30-yard, it was around $700, and the others equal about $840 a piece. And the scrapper usually pays for itself once they get the scrap price.
And right now it's high.
Yeah, I think it's up 160 to 140 maybe.
It needs to be located out of Enterprise.
6,
I think
5 regular and 1 scrap.
that covered us well last year.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
And you never know from year to year if it's gonna be more or less. They can have to be
Where are they located at?
at the highway garage.
Okay, so spring cleanup will be, we just have to set the date. So I'm not allowed to get
May 1st through the
May
3rd.
first
Yeah,
to
the
the
first
third.
to the third. And I did call to make sure we could get dumpsters for that day.
Okay.
We did.
Maybe, I'm gonna go for this real quick. Figure out the next city I'm on. So that resolution that we signed, you said would be resolution number 5 for the county. So I will make a motion to approve resolution number 5. Do I have to put anything else in here? No.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Do you just want to scan that
Yes,
to
sir.
me? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, go ahead. Just a second.
Hold on, look. Okay, so we got, cleanup out of the way. Crew's been hauling chips for chip and seal work and stockpiling 53s for the shoulder work on Antioch.
You want us to go ahead and vote on the cleanup?
That's your call, not mine.
I'll make,
That's up to Ryan.
I'll make a motion for the spring cleanup, May 1st through the 3rd, with 6 total on the dumpsters.
5 dumpsters, 1 scrap, right? I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye. Sorry.
No, you're good. So we won't vote on it again. Okay. The crews have been working on Antioch too. They've got all the culverts extended. They've got the ditch pulled back up to the roadside. And tomorrow they're gonna start shoulder stone work. And we had a guy call about Poling Road. They was wanting to see about getting the back portion of that vacated.
Yes, so he called me as well, and for Ryan and Jamie. Poland Road is county road, a mile back it becomes
Gravel.
gravel. and the 3 property owners would like to put up a gate blocking people from going back to gravel road, because once it becomes gravel, about a half mile from there, it just ends.
Yeah,
And
And
they're
what-
all,
we'll have to check measurements too, because did he tell you that there might be a section of the blacktop in there as well? I thought we kind of talked about that.
if it is, it's minimal.
Yeah,
But you have the last house on the left.
Yep.
And then the 2 barns, and then that's basically where the gravel starts.
Okay.
Is the gravel part on the county's
it is,
books,
it is,
so we'd have to vacate it.
right.
But they're all in agreement.
And I think, which we'll need Garrett for this part, but I think they have to petition to get
The
it on
vacation.
So it's currently a county road,
Yeah.
we want to give it up.
The landowners want to see about,
All adjoining landowners are in agreement.
Yes.
Well, you still need to do the petition, but it'll help, knowing that they're all on board, so when we actually have the official hearing, we won't anticipate anybody saying no to that road.
But we have to advertise that and give people the opportunity to,
They have to be served, yeah.
Well-
only landowners.
Has to be served.
the landowners are wanting it done, so they would have to do the petition.
They have to, yeah, that's what I'm saying, so they are the ones that have to do it, and they have to serve everybody, so we just, will say, hey, this is the date that you're gonna have this hearing, put it in the notice, that they're gonna submit to all the landowners that are joining, then we have the hearing. So if they're all in agreement, then, makes it a little bit easier. I can help them, I think I've shared that with you before, the
Yeah.
statute, and
Yeah.
then the sample that.
Yep, you have.
So they can get with Dusty, they can get with me, I'll send it to them, and then they can fill it out.
I'll text him for his email address.
That'll work. And you'll get it to Garrett.
Yeah.
You-
I'll do that now, so.
What'd you find out on the terms and conditions?
It's all good, I'm good with it.
I'll make a motion to approve Gonzalez Companies LLC. Not to exceed $19,240. And that's gonna be for
Hold your tab.
folder attached.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Is that coming out of the county funds, or is it, did you have it in the
Yeah,
budget, I guess?
I think I can pay for that part. Once we get to construction, we might have to do something different. Jenny, I think we probably got the money to pay for this one, don't we? But now once they get done, we'll try to get everything ready for the bid. Okay, we got Fulton Road. Last thing I got is the 3 backhoe quotes that we discussed in the last meeting.
So why don't you, there were options to that, you and I had talked about.
Yeah, so,
We were talking about the interest options, which.
yeah, I had talked with Case. They had a 36-month zero interest loan, which I thought might be an option, but I found out today they don't offer it to municipalities. So the only other option would be basically a bank loan where we would have interest and all that. Supposedly, if we pay up front each year on the payment, it's like a yearly floating payment. There's supposed to be less interest, but we're gonna have some, so I don't feel that that's a valid option. And we was looking at maybe buying a loader this year with our equipment money, but I'm willing to put that off if our money would help get these backhoes. I think we need backhoes worse than we need a loader.
But you know, the new equipment, what are we putting in parts and stuff like that that offsets the interest.
Yeah,
And then one thing that Dusty and I talked about is the gasoline refund that we could potentially
taxes
get.
back on the gas.
That, you know, if we spend $150,000 a year in fuel, you get back 10% or 15% from the state.
Yeah, it's something like that. I think me and Jenny figured it, well, it was about 150,000, we might get 23,000 or something back.
But you know, that's a payment per year.
Yeah,
And I don't want to go sideways, but along with that, is that something, I asked Ryan if that's something that we can recoup with the ambulance as well.
Well, I was, it's brainstorming. They're getting old, they're getting pretty bad shape. About $400,000 is a ton of money that we don't have as commissioners. My idea was $150,000 from the commissioners. Your 140, whatever, 8,000, 45,000 that you have for a loader this year, and then go and ask for the remaining 153,000 and change or whatever from council to get this done. We don't have $450,000 to give you.
right.
How old are they?
Two of them 2002s, and I think the third one's a 98, 99.
How many hours are on?
One's got almost 7, one's got 7, I think one's got 8 or 9. And that's, don't get me wrong, they still run good, we've kept them up, but we're in that realm now where you could have transmission failures, motor failures. And one of them, 2 of them have been around the salt their whole life, so their calves are getting bad. They're falling apart.
So we're putting around 300 hours a year, 300 to 400 hours a year.
Probably. And what gets these backhoes is anytime we have storm damage or, you know, trees down, they're on the road all the time for that type of work. It ain't like they just have a certain job they do. They're on the road more than they're off the road.
What was the discount for buying 3 at a time?
48,000, I think, total.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Yeah, I don't know that one. But I think it was 48,000, 47, 48,000. And the one backhoe that's the oldest, they had bought them 2002 ones and then was gonna replace the third one the next year, and then that never happened either.
Is that the newest one?
No, it's the oldest one. I think it's a 98.
And what, all right?
2002.
What's the newest one? That's what I meant.
We got 2 2002s. They're both extended hose. And then the 98's just straight stick.
I mean, 300 hours a year is not really that much, right? I
Right.
mean, as far as hours on a machine, which says they're not really used a whole lot.
Yeah.
Me personally, I have no problem with
But I gotta look
replacing
back.
one or a year for the next 3 years or something to that effect.
I gotta
If
look
we
back,
budgeted.
because I don't know that we bought them in 2002. So trying to figure the hours for 2002, I don't, like our loader, it's I think it's also a 2002, but we bought it in 2006, so we lost
Lot of years.
4 years there, yeah. If we're just looking at hours. But I'd have to go back in our books and see when we actually purchased them.
And how many hours were on
Right.
one person.
Which I think the O2s they bought do like, I'd say, but I don't know. But the one that sits down here at the stockyard down here, that one there, the whole frame of the cab rotted out, so when you open the door, the whole side of the cab wants to open. We're getting pretty much good.
Well,
What's your thought process, Jamie? Buying one per year?
You know, I mean, one is we should be trying to budget this instead of just showing up, we had a meeting with a surprise, hey, I need 3 new backhoes.
Well, this was discussed a few weeks ago.
Well, yeah, but it's the first time that we just had budgets.
Yeah.
3 months ago, right? 4 months ago. So, you know, I understand if we need equipment, we have to get it, but it's not like it's a surprise. The cabinet brought out last week,
Right.
2 weeks ago.
But, I mean, I've been saying this for 2 years now. We need tractors and backhoes, and we can't buy it all at once.
I understand that. But we didn't budget any of it. Right?
Right. I
That's the
got,
purpose of the budget process.
yeah. I got 140,000 budgeted for equipment.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, ultimately, we're gonna get it, but is it so urgent at 300 hours a year use that we need to buy all 3 in one time? Now, I understand there's a savings of 40,000 or whatever that number is. So obviously that needs to be taken into consideration. But it's gonna come most likely out of, the difference is gonna come out of rainy day fund where you're drawing interest. So you're just offsetting interest with interest rate, so to speak. You're not paying interest because we're not buying on credit, but you're taking interest away from that invested fund.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, it's whatever we want to do.
Yeah, my thing is, I'm only a year into this, but I keep hearing from, Spur, you hear from Dusty. I mean, this county's, we've not bought equipment for a long time. And I hear what Dusty's saying, I hear what you're saying. At some point, this is gonna hit us, all at once, and this rainy day fund of X amount, we're gonna have to tap into it at some point.
We could have bought a lot of equipment with the money we gave away to NGOs.
I hate to lose the savings, but how urgent is it if we eliminate council? If you're buying one and we're buying one, what's 2 do for you right now?
I mean,
Just no ideas of it.
hell. And like I said, our backhoes, I mean, we try to keep them in the best shape we can. As far as running, they're okay. But we've had, the one down here, we've had transmission troubles. Luckily, we've got it fixed, so we ain't lost it completely yet. But in that hour range for the work we do, I don't want them to fail completely on us, and then we're having to rent something or something to get out of it. And just like our loader, I was gonna try to get that out of my money this year, because it's got almost 10,000 hours, I think it's 9,600. And don't get me wrong, it's been a great loader, but we're in that realm where we could have catastrophic failures.
You said it was also a 2005 or something.
4, I believe, the loader is.
With 10,000 hours.
So we actually use it basically more than we do.
Oh, yeah, it's running every day at the shop. And the good thing with the backhoes, if we're not, they get used more in the summer for all kinds of work.
Storm work.
Yeah, but they set mostly in the winter, except for 2 of them. One stays at the shop to help load sometimes, and then the one down here at the stockyard that loads cinders out of the big barn.
What's that motor cost?
Last
They
year,
had some used ones that we could get anywhere from 140 to 180, depending on what hours you looked at. But they, Reese told me they got one that's a size smaller up there that he was selling for under 100. Ours is a 28,000 pound machine, and the 521 they got is 24,000 pounds, so it's pretty close size wise.
How many hours does it have?
1,800, I think, which ain't bad. But I wanted to go look at it before we made any decisions, because it is a smaller load. And ours is pretty well bordered on it, but being big enough.
You know, I hate to lose the savings, but if you can do one and we can do one,
With the loader important.
I'm okay with that. And then I think along with Jamie's point, you know, one thing we need to do in August and September when we're starting to look at budgets is you guys come in with what you're looking at, the age of the equipment. You do the same, the age of the equipment of the mowers, the backhoes, the stuff that hasn't been bought in 15, 20, 25 years. So we can all look at that and make some decisions.
Yeah,
Do you know what our balance was?
For rainy day, no,
No, for our
casino,
Commissioners Casino.
it was on.
no, I sent it out to you guys last week, I don't remember.
Somewhere.
and doesn't the highway supposed to have a certain part of that casino that goes into your whole thing?
Well, that's what most of it gets used for anyway, is highway.
Well, that's another thing.
Well,
But no, there was never a, distribution percent specified for highway, at least not since I've been a commissioner.
And I'm sorry to ask this question again. What will the wheel tax take care of? Roads only or what?
Roads only.
Roads only. But that'll free up money
Oh, yeah, for sure.
for other things.
Yep.
And that'll start in 27.
If we get it passed this year. Yeah, it'll be a big help.
$1,047,000. Let's see.
Are all the dump trucks paid for?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were paid for. They were paid for at the beginning of the year.
If you think that if you think that that's gonna get you through,
Well, the
you
only,
buying a loader and
the only thing I'm not sure about, I got 145 and individually these are 141. So if we tack back on however much the savings difference was, I probably won't have enough for,
no, I meant you buy your loader.
oh,
No, he was saying, the way I heard it, he would buy one backhoe, we would buy one, and then he'd push the loader up to next year.
Okay.
Is that, did I hear you
Yeah,
correctly?
I had planned on pushing the loader off if it would help me get the backhoes. Use my 145.
That number's right. Then, I mean, I personally don't have a problem if that number's right.
2 and 1.
Yeah. Because I didn't think it was that high, but
Is that the one that I just sent you?
Yeah.
The latest one, Marches?
Yeah, that's the one you just sent the other day. Yeah, it just seemed like we had more money than I thought we had.
Well, when you guys get money, with that first one.
right, but it's like 1.4 million.
1.47.
And back when we had the dump trucks still to pay for, we only had like 300,000 or 400,000
You had
left
six,
after them, so.
And then you had a distribution, or I say a distribution from the casino.
It's good from the casino, right?
I can send it out again in the morning and show you.
I'll make a motion at this point, since we have 1.47 million. I'll make a motion that tonight we will purchase 2 backhoes. You purchase a backhoe on your money, contingent on that we actually have $1.47 million that you'll look into to make sure that that's it. And if that is the case, that is the exact fact, that we have 1.47 million in the casino, or the Commissioner's Casino Fund, then we can make this happen without having to go to county council.
That'll keep the price down to what I can afford.
And we don't lose our savings.
I'll say,
All in favor?
And then you guys will look into the gasoline refund.
Yeah, yeah, me and Jenny actually went through it at the end of last year, but we didn't have quite enough time to get, well, we had to get a certain amount of paperwork and stuff from the state, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it's just a learning process, but we intend to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck, it's a long one.
Yeah.
All right. So you had this.
Yes, that's all I have.
New business, Patty Jackson.
We are having another bid opening. It's just for one property for the Switzerland County Owner-Occupied Rehab Program. That's a sign-in sheet. I already have them sign it, but I need this half the room, so. So we're gonna open the bid. I have a bid tab sheet if anybody wants it. Just in
I'll
case.
take one.
What's that?
I'll take one.
Okay. All right. First bid is from Stalen Construction. And his bid is $32,597. And that's for 1193 Rosenberg Road.
Can you spell Stalin?
Stehlin. And his bid is $32,597. The next bid is from Jackson Construction. And their bid is $28,442. $28,442. So I would like to go ahead and ask that you guys award to Jackson Construction the lowest bidder, mainly because we're under a time constraint. We did ask for an extension on this grant because we have some money left over and we wanted to have time to spend it. So our grant ends May 30th. These bids look like they're in order and they're both competitive with each other. And we've worked with both of these contractors and they've been really good to work with. So if you don't mind going ahead and accepting Jackson Construction's bid, awarding it, and then we can move forward with signing a construction contract.
I'll make a motion to approve Jackson Construction in the amount of $28,442 for 1193 Rosenberger Road in Switzerland County.
I second.
All in favor?
And then we will be holding a public hearing. We'll be scheduling that in May. And I'll give you guys a summary of everyone that we assisted with the program. And there is a chance that we might be trying to add one more person to this program. I had a call on Friday that someone needed a ramp. And if we have enough money still left over, we might try to get that ramp done for them. So, but I think that's all I've got. You guys have any questions? Okay, all right, thank you.
John?
On or about Wednesday, March 18th, about 18 mature trees were cut down at Bryant's Creek Park. Either a contractor or state highway department cut these trees. March 27th, I spoke to George Robinson in the Chicago office of Lands to Parks, because that's how we acquired the park, was Lands to Parks. He's Department of Interior. I also talked to his boss, March 27th, Tatiana in DC. And, they both said, well, the commissioners own it. And there's rules that apply, even though they gave it to the county, there's rules that apply. So he asked for pictures and we sent him pictures today. So that's where it stands right now. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I know how I feel about it. So you have any comments yet? They have a bridge project there and they just took the trees down.
NDOT did, or?
Well,
When
again, I
talked to
don't
her,
know.
You wasn't sure.
No, I don't know if it was a contractor did it or the state of Indiana did it, but, you know, it's a scenic byway, it's possibly federal funded and, you know, we got it, but there's some things that apply. There's some encumbrances with it. You know, we can't put up condominiums there or, you know, sell houses.
And they just took the trees and nobody knew.
I certainly didn't know, no one in our board knew, and obviously you guys don't know. I talked to Dusty about it. He knew there was a bridge replacement, but, you know, they took them out.
18 trees, you said?
About 18 mature trees. These are big trees.
Are we sure they're not on the state's easement?
Well, they always claim 10 to 20 feet, but, you know, this is beyond that. And, you know, it seems like it's common courtesy to tell the owners, gee, I'm going to cut your trees down. That's what power companies do. They say in 2 weeks, somebody's going to come and trim your trees. Well, they didn't trim them. They knocked them down.
We should have a plat on that.
Yeah, if this was a state easement or right of way, then I don't think they would have said anything, right? I mean, typically NDOT's pretty good about,
Yeah, if they're
Telling
gonna
us.
come on your property, they'll usually notify you. But I would say probably look up the plat and see where NDOT and us meet.
So George says that he'll get back to me after he sees the pictures and then I'll get back to you guys. But he was recommending cease and desist with some remuneration, maybe get free paving done or come by and, you know, landscape it and plant a bunch of trees. But these are mature trees. These are 20, 30 feet tall and they're gone. Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
The automatic door thing, is that what we just did? What's not on here was the mowing. But we haven't, when did you set a deadline for the mowing bids? Was it?
I did not. I didn't tell them anything, the three that called, until we talked tonight.
Okay.
I'll make sure that's what you was doing, what to give them.
So I think the common thesis here is the courthouse and the tech center become our problems. And that we bid out medical building, Moorfield, and Bennington Sewer District.
Okay, so the
What are
three,
your thoughts are on that?
medical building, tech, or not tech, sewer,
Medical building and then Bennington Moorfield Sewer.
and then we'll take care of the courthouse and the tech.
In the jail,
Do what?
in the jail.
And the jail, yeah.
There's no inmates who want some sunshine and there's a mower.
Brian won't pay for, you don't pay for the insurance.
Okay.
There's a pretty hefty insurance, yeah, hike on that.
I'm fine with it.
It is.
What's that?
No.
I'm fine with it.
Flower beds?
What, I got a side swipe there for a minute. Yeah, you're talking 190 what for the tech center? And then I,
$195 a month, that's what we paid out.
no, we did what, 4 months or we pay 5 months on that one?
I mean, this started in April of last
April,
year.
We ended in October, right? $2,000 basically.
Hey, Ryan, was that the bid for mowing? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
You said mowing.
And you're taking care of your own
He's
place, right?
gonna, you know, SCER was about 150.
Yeah, buy a mower. The mower we have down there has probably started in 10 years. It don't start. It needs to go.
Is that landscaping too?
For what?
Courthouse.
So we're gonna take care of our own landscaping at the courthouse is what he's asking for.
Well, that's what we need to talk about.
That's a big job.
I'd rather us hire someone for the landscaping portion.
Yeah.
That's a showcase building. And
And just mow it. for us to mow it and hire the landscaper,
Right.
but exclude the mowing.
That's what I would
That's what we'd
Recommend
always
as well.
do. We'd always mowed it in the past, wet or well.
Well, and let's make a deadline to where,
Your next meeting. Is that good enough?
yeah, because Memorial Day,
We gotta get
we have to have the landscaping done.
I did what I could do just to get by. Things are starting to grow.
Okay.
So it's the landscaping at the medical, mowing and landscaping at medical,
Yes.
Bushong sewer, and landscaping at courthouse.
Correct. Yeah, in Moorfield, and Bennington, they're not gonna be as frequent as medical building, and courthouse would be, your tech center would be.
Moorfield Bennington would be every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
It's about $870 a month, is what we paid last year.
For the two of them combined? Okay. So 2 weeks from today. Board reports?
I don't know, none.
Anything from you all? Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll say.
All in favor? Aye.
I'm not
You know
aware
too many things about me, Doc.
of seeing any around the family.
I do like to mow. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the town has any. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Jeremy's